We store databases in various forms. One of the ways is through Google Form and Google Excel. Do you know that we can connect our database stored in these platforms to an app builder that requires no coding? This code then allows us to display the data up to our own customization. Isn't that a good way of storing our database? Well then, meet Mubin. Mubin's a regular MMU student from faculty of FCI who is like any other MMU student. Mubin is new to MMU and doesn't know about anyone in his classes. If only he had an app that could give him a simple introduction to his coursemate. Lucky for him, there already is. Let me introduce you to our brand new database storage app we built using two different app builders, Thunkable and AppSheets. Both are no-code app builders, and these app builders are used to design apps that store information of MMU students in FCI. Both apps are built to serve the same purpose of allowing students to use the apps to get a brief introduction to their course mates, but with a catch. As it is known, both app builders are similar in regards of requiring no skill of coding. There is also a huge difference in terms of how both app builders operate. AppSheets on one hand has AI assistance, whereas Thunkable does not. This was done with the sole purpose of seeing which app would get the job of building a database storage system faster, easier, and lastly, prettier.
Now that all the boring introduction stuff is out of the way, let the comparison battle begin, shall we? I, Mubin, will be siding with the AI.
Here I am, Maimana Muhammad Azim, who will be siding with humans.
Let's start with AppSheet. Similar to Thunkable, it is described as a no-coding app builder, but unlike Thunkable, it has automated processes, meaning when you're building a database storage on AppSheet, it will automatically code and design an app for you. All you need to do is do a little adjustment here and there, and you're good to go, no sweat. For example, let's take a visit to our precious AI app. As you can see here, from here alone, I can build all these types of apps with only the click of my mouse.
That may be true, but for Thunkable, let's call it a human app, provides you more freedom to design and code your app however you like. And instead of relying on templates that are generic, I can use my own creative mind to create anything, and I'm not limited to the templates provided by an app.
Yeah, but for someone who is in a hurry and needs to get the job done as soon as possible, because he maybe needs to play games, he needs to, push rank in Valorant, something like that, you can build an app instantly by using AppSheet. It saves you so much time and effort, and you will have so much time saved, which you can later use for your own, personal endeavors.
Well, by saving time to use it, to waste it somewhere else, isn't much of a good thing though, is it? As much time it takes to learn how to code and design an app on Thunkable, it does give you a glimpse on how to build an app. By doing so, you will learn a lot about app building, which I doubt you would have learned using AppSheets.
I mean, while we're on the topic of learning, you could learn to utilize AppSheet though, for doing your app building for you to create multiple apps at the same time with, little to no effort. For example, I can go on AppSheet as we speak right now and choose any template, like any of these over here, of an app I want, and boom, my job is done. The type of app I want is already built.
Why not we let our viewers to decide which app they agree on is better in storing database? As I strongly believe Mubin, Thunkable is way better than AppSheets.
Well, agree to disagree. I strongly believe AppSheet is better, more time efficient, and most importantly, its end product is prettier. And our viewers probably think the same thing too. So I guess we'll have to leave it up to them. So my suggestion, vote AI guys. Okay, first we will take a look at AppSheet. As you can see, the display looks nice and neat. Every profile picture shows up and there is no delay whatsoever. And when we click on the profile, we can see the profile of the student. We can see all the details they have submitted. And take a look at another student. It's the same, no delay, it works well, no issues whatsoever. And yeah, that's AppSheet for you guys. Now moving on to Thunkable. Thunkable takes a while for it to load up, but once it does, as you can see here, it looks better. The design is prettier. We have more freedom on this app as mentioned before, but we haven't been able to link the image from the Google Docs yet. But once we do, we know that this app will look better than AppSheets. Now that we've touched on the topic of personal data and databases, let's talk about the dangers of sharing your personal data to untrusted apps or sources. Like it or not, your data is being stolen right now as we speak. Well, technically, it's not stealing because, like everyone in this room, we've all agreed to the terms and conditions that allow apps to legally use or sell your data. Have you ever wondered how one day you're talking about guitars or texting your friend about a certain topic, then suddenly you scroll on social media, there's loads of guitar ads? Well, there you have it. Your data was sold or used without you realizing it was. This is called personalized advertisements, using your personal data. It uses your personal data that some apps have access to and cater and add accordingly. Now, you can't entirely prevent this because it's pretty much inevitable, but you could potentially decrease it. You could do this by using ad blockers, not accepting cookies when you go through websites, using private browsers, controlling websites you give your email to, and so on. So, since we've touched on the legal side, are they able to do it illegally, you may ask? Well, unless you're not browsing on sketchy websites and signing up accounts on dark webs or in general an untrusted website on Google, you should be fine.